Come on, let's go outside. Let's take a walk in the sun. There are things to learn and things to see. A big wide world for you, your dog, and me. Dog Talk. Hi guys, and welcome to Dog Talk. I'm Pat Becker, and we have a terrific show for you today. I think you're going to really enjoy. I would like to introduce Robert Morris. And Robert is a friend of mine who has a couple of gorgeous Papillons, as you can see here. Now, you show these dogs?
Yes, agility, obedience, rally, very busy.
And you know, it is interesting, folks, because you look at the size of these dogs, they are very athletic. And a lot of people, you know, discount this. They think, oh, they're cute, they're lap dogs. That is not necessarily true, as we will prove later on. But these dogs work well in any kind of environment. I love Papillons because they have kind of a lab attitude.
Oh, yes.
They'll just do what you want them to
please
do.
You.
To please you, and that's the whole thing. They have a little bit of the terrier fun in them,
yes.
You know, like a terrier would do, but they are absolutely gorgeous also.
Oh, yes.
And they are here because they are not only the dogs of the week, and I have a gift certificate for $100 to A1 Pet Emporium for you, and lots of toys for the dogs to play with. We can put that here. And you know, the one I'm holding, now this is Louis.
Yes.
And this is Napoleon. They're both very French.
Yes.
And this Papillon that I am holding is a rock star in that this dog has been in a video that was on its own. Yes, it was. It was Christmas time, and you were actually in it also.
Four or five shots there.
Yes,
including
exactly.
my feet.
And the dog was the star. And you know what? We're going to show you that video. Would you like to see it again?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, we'll do that.
Once upon a time, in a mythical kingdom, there lived a very kind king named Carl, who had a beautiful daughter named Catherine. Living in the palace was very special for Catherine, but she was, on occasion, very lonesome. Her wish was to have a pet companion, a dog of her very own to love and care for. Her father told her to plan in December on her 14th birthday to attend an event at which she could select a favorite breed. The day had arrived, and a procession of the kingdom's most beautiful dogs paraded across the courtyard. The princess loved them all and couldn't choose between them. The king wisely told Catherine to think carefully, and perhaps in a few days she could decide. Early one morning, the princess awoke to the sound of sleigh bells, and Santa appeared, holding a little dog named Tug. Santa told Catherine that the pup had been found wandering through the village streets and needed a home. The princess took the pup to her father and convinced him to adopt the precious dog. All was well. Catherine and her new friend Tug were so happy and played every day. However, one day Tug escaped the palace through an open door and ran into the woods. It could have been a tragic adventure, but lucky for Tug, he was spotted by Robin Hood. And through the magic of the microchip, the brave Robin returned the anxious pup to the princess. The king was so impressed with all of the different breeds of dogs presented to the princess, he bought all of them and made them companions to his court. And everyone lived happily ever after.
Well, you can see what a star this dog is.
Right.
And we expect big things. I know that you
He's
work
gonna
with
be.
Susan Owen,
Yes.
and you guys are always doing videos, so we're going to look for, I mean, this dog is like just an absolute star.
Yes, you will see him in future productions, I'm sure.
Absolutely. We thank you so much for coming on, Robert, and
Very happy to.
congratulations on being the Dogs of the Week.
All right, hear that, guys?
We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
A1 Pet Emporium is Oklahoma's authority on healthy nutrition for dogs and cats. Quality does not have to cost more, and we only have the best. If your pet suffers from allergies, digestive issues, skin infections, or hair loss, it may be the result of their diet. A1 Pet Emporium can help. We offer pet portraits monthly, adorable rescue animals every Saturday from noon to 4, and free dog and cat food samples. Locally owned and operated, we want to be your neighborhood pet store.
One of the things that I really love to do is to come down and visit Dave Copenhaver at Studio 7. Besides the dog talk show thing, I am also a singer, and I have known Dave for a long, long time. We've made a lot of good music. He is an excellent, excellent engineer, and I'd like to introduce him now. How are you, my dear?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having Dollar and myself on the show
And
today.
this is Dollar and Dollar. So, you know, the thing that intrigues me so much, I think a lot of creative people are animal lovers. It's just something about being able to go beyond, you know, the norm, to reach out and say, I need the comfort of an animal. I need that kind of
Oh, yeah.
connection.
Well, you know, in our dogs, we're famous for our dogs. It's because each year, you know, our Christmas card goes out and like, you know, everybody says, oh yeah, well you look good with the dogs.
Let's talk a little bit about the little wrap that we made. I know I came down here and said, I've got, you know, this wrap going. And you said, let me see it. So I kind of read you the words and you said, we can put some music to that.
Well, you know, I think as so many times in the music deal, it's timing is everything, and so you came in with that with an idea. Well, if there could be a rap, and about that, I mean, just like a couple of days before, Jermail had come by.
Jermail Butler.
Yeah, and I met him, and he was working on a project, and a texting and driving project. And we said, you know, and we talked. Well, okay, you know. And I said, well, if I can come
If
up with
something
any,
comes up?
I'll get right back with you. And then sure enough, you showed up. Your lyric says it all. We're talking about dogs on this show.
That's right. We're talking about dogs. So we're going to get some kind of a view of how you and Jermail kind of worked out this kind of thing. So can we do that?
Sure, we do it.
Okay.
Well, man, let's see what happens.
All right. Dogs. We're talking about dogs. Talking about big dogs. Talking about little dogs. Oh, yeah. Chasing the ball, chasing the cat. Digging hole, thing like that. Dogs. Talking about dogs. Laughing dogs, sad dogs, happy dogs, mad dogs, dogs, just talking about dogs. Lost and alone, running the street, checking the...
So that was an interesting interview.
beautiful.
I just loved going down there. Of course, Dave Copenhaver, you are kind of famous in this part with the audio and everything that you do. Every
Well,
good singer in town, every good musician goes down at your place and does their thing.
I'm very lucky that I get to interact with all the great talent from this area.
Don't be too modest because you play a heck of a bass.
Well, I try.
Absolutely. And Jermail Butler.
Yes.
Welcome, my dear.
Well, thank you.
We are so proud of you. Guys, this is the exciting thing about having these two guys on is because about a year or so ago, I came up with an idea for a RAP, rap, which is a little different from my, I usually sing jazz, you understand, but I thought, you know, this would be so spiffy to end the show with. And then I thought, you know, we can put this in a video. So I called Dave, and Dave said, you know, I just happen to have a friend who is a great, you know, singer, and he can do this rap. So I went, wow, let's do it. We jumped right on that. You came in, and as you saw in the video, you know, we did our thing doing that. But it also was so great. And of course, the reason that both of you are on here, of course, is because of Dollar. You realize that. This little dog was found at what, the Dollar General?
At the Dollar General store is
And
where
he's
he came from.
been with you guys for?
Great addition to our family. He's been with us about 7 or 8 years now. And he's our guy.
And I can tell he likes Dad.
Oh, yeah.
He is a daddy's boy. There's no doubt about that. And Jamil, what did you think when Dave called you and said, you know, this lady's got a rap, you know, and we've got to put music to it, but it's words, and do you think you could do it?
Well, it was surprising to me because Dave, he came to me and he told me, man, if I could use you with different people, man, would you be able to do it? And I said, I'm willing to try it. I didn't think it would be the very next day after I spoke to him. I mean, you know.
Well, you know how quickly Dave and I move.
That's right.
That's for sure.
Dave is world renowned, I think. You know.
Exactly. You know, but it really was wonderful because when I heard you speak,
Yes, ma'am.
I knew it would be perfect.
Well, God
you know,
bless
and
you.
I just gave you a hug and I said, you are in. If you're willing, you're in on this deal.
Thank you a lot. I appreciate
But it
the
did
chance.
turn out so well, and we put it in the Halloween video, and we've had so many comments on that.
Man, yes. And you know, I noticed that ever since then. I noticed like little children are starting to treat me like, I mean, famous.
star.
I mean, just big time. You know, they look up to me really, and I appreciate that opportunity to be a part of that.
Well, I think you told me that some of your young relatives watch that video all the time.
Yes, my little cousin, Jaleel, she came to me and she said, "Are you famous?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "I love my famous cousin." You know, it was beautiful, you know.
Isn't that
Yes,
great?
I think
Well,
she's
you know
about
what?
5.
I will tell you, because I'm pretty good at these kind of psychic things.
Okay.
You are going to be famous
Well,
someday.
God bless you. I appreciate
It will
that.
be.
God
And we appreciate so much. We're going to close our show every single time
Well, that's
with your
what's up.
song, because this is so great.
Well,
it is
thank
so
you
super.
so much. I
Oh,
really
no, I
appreciate it.
appreciate
Really, I
you,
do.
Jamil.
Thank you so
are
much.
super. Is he super?
Oh,
He is
yeah.
super.
And Dave, I thank you
Very,
too.
very well.
Hey,
We've
you're a
been
good man.
very, very
You're a good
lucky.
man. Hey, I appreciate you.
The
man.
whole project came together.
It just did. And of course, when you put the music to it, you know, there was a kind of a funny story about the music. We picked out a little music first, not knowing that it was kind of a nasty thing.
Well,
And then we went, oh no, can't use that.
but it worked out better because that way
It
we
worked out
ended
so
up-
much
we,
better.
We wrote all the music.
And the musicians that you used, now who were they?
Terry Scarberry, my friend on guitar, and myself and Jermaine,
Yeah.
and you.
Perfect, so perfect.
Just the 4 of us. Collaboration.
Yes. Well, we are so proud of that video, of the Halloween video, and we're going to run it for you. And guys, be sure and look for Jamil and listen to his voice, because it's going to be a super, super thing for us.
Thank you so
and,
much.
And
I
enjoy.
appreciate it. I really do. Thank you.
Dogs. We're talking about dogs. Talking about big dogs. Talking about little dogs. Oh, yeah. Chasing the ball, chasing the cat, digging holes, thing like that. Dogs. Talking about dogs. Laughing dogs, sad dogs, happy dogs, mad dogs. Dogs. Just talking about dogs. Lost and alone, running the street, checking the garbage, looking to eat. Out there sad and on their own, the law will get them if they got no home. Dogs, talking about dogs. Dogs, we're talking about dogs. You say they were angels sent from above, then a year or two later you fell out of love. You dumped them, man, and kicked them out. Now what the heck was that about? Dogs. We're talking about dogs. Dogs, them poor little dogs. Talking about big dogs, talking about a little dog, oh yeah. Chasing the ball, chasing the cat, digging the hole, things like that. Dogs, we're talking about dogs. Laughing dogs, sad dogs, happy dogs, mad dogs. Dogs, just talking about dogs. Dogs, just talking about dogs. Dogs.
And now from the Producer's Corner, Janice Cranmer.
Norman, Oklahoma, a booming metropolis, home to the University of Oklahoma where Sooner football is king. But watch out, the animal shelter here in Norman has a brand new facility. It's gorgeous. A $3 million bond is passed, and they have thought of everything in this place. Check it out.
The initial project was made available by a bond issue that was passed by the citizens of Norman for $3 million. About $400,000 of that's for design and construction for the architect. So we're looking at about a $2.6 million building.
A building that you just cannot compare to the old facility. Dog kennels.
State of the art, clean, and not having to walk through urine.
Cat holding area.
All of our facility is dated, but our cat holding area now is mixed with dogs and cats. No matter how much I try to keep from putting dogs in with cats, we end up with our toy dogs and little puppies getting put in the cat room because of our kenneling that we have for dogs. So we're now going to have a cat area. And we're going to have a small animal area. So instead of my guinea pigs and chickens and rabbits going into the cat room, they're going to have their own room too.
Efficiency of kind of feeding and taking care of the dogs.
Yeah, nationally, the average is 15 minutes per animal for interaction, cleaning. In the new kennels, we'll be able to move the dogs over to one side, or just like in these cat condos, move the cat over into the feeding area and close it in and be able to clean it. So it's going to make our cleaning a little bit more efficient. We have built-in cleaning system this time, whether it's the wet dry vac, or in this area the dry vac. In the new area we'll also have a piped-in cleaning system where we'll be able to just plug in the hose and clean. So it's going to improve the efficiency of that and give us more time to interact with the animals.
The facility is brightly colored. It's well inviting for people to come in, and we want to welcome all the citizens to come down, and we want to find new homes for all these animals that we can and try to get them all out.
If you're in the market for a new dog or cat or just furry friend to play with, why not make the drive down to Norman or up to check out the new animal shelter? If you're not in the market for a dog, and why wouldn't you be? Come down here and learn how to be a part of the volunteer program. They need your help. Thanks so much.
Imagine if you were this dog. Wouldn't you be confused by this man's action? What could this animal have done to deserve being abandoned? Left alone, vulnerable to traffic on roads and highways, exposed to harsh weather, the list of dangers for this dog is infinite. Please, if you can't keep your pet, call your local animal shelter and your local rescue for help. Find them on the internet or call information. And please, don't dump your pets. It is always good to see the animal shelter from Edmond. You guys have a beautiful facility.
Thank you.
And your animal shelter is kind of well known for taking in a whole lot of animals from even outside Edmond. They come in. It's amazing to me how many animals that you can keep up there and still keep the facility running. I know Nikki Wright runs it, and she does a really good job. You are Casey.
Yes,
now,
ma'am.
What is your position? Are you a volunteer there?
I'm an animal welfare officer.
Oh, you're an animal. Well, we're going to have a little more respect here. Absolutely. I can see this dog does respect you. How cute is he? And Mary, you're with Paws for Life.
Yes.
And Dee, you are a volunteer then?
A volunteer at the shelter.
And you brought us two of the cutest little guys. Now, Casey, tell me about this dog.
This is Brick. He's about 5 years old, and he's a very sweet boy. He loves other dogs. He's very social. He's a little social butterfly, and
really
he's
is.
available for adoption.
Oh,
He needs a good home.
Oh, you know, and does he get along with cats and other dogs?
Don't know about cats. We haven't tested him with cats, but he loves other dogs, and he loves people.
Yeah,
so.
he looks like the little dog that would. So tell me about the little terrier that's over here. Terrier looking.
This is Piglet.
Piglet.
She's female. She's
I love it.
And she is just as friendly and sweet as she can be, and she's been at the shelter since January, early June.
She's a little black and tan, which is so adorable.
She's a mini pinscher Chihuahua mix, we think.
Okay, I can believe that. I certainly can. I see the mini pin in there for sure. So, Mary Robertson, I know a couple weeks ago, maybe a week or two, we had discussed, because we did a show on the Rainbow Bridge, dogs that have, you know, gone to the Rainbow Bridge and the people who are left behind and how to deal with the loss. And we had talked about the book all dogs go to heaven kind of thing, the
Yes.
giraffes and everything. Now this book, I don't know whether or not we mentioned it, but I do want to reiterate, guys, these books are for sale and all the proceeds go to Paws for Life. Also, we have a CD that I have made, which this CD actually talks the book through. So it's a wonderful, wonderful thing to have. And as I say, it goes to a very, very worthy cause. Paws for Life has been around for a long, long time, and you guys do such great things up there in Edmond, and I hope that you will continue to. But here again, let me have one of those and show that. These are the books that Ted McGuire showed us, as a matter of fact. And it is all the giraffes in heaven. What about all the hippopotamuses? And of course, it is a book about dogs, actually. So we encourage you to go to what?
Paws for Life website. It's pawsforlifeinc.com, and go to the shop page. There's a little spiel.
And
about
these are great for kids. These are the ultimate in kids. It explains to kids, you know, in very simple terms. It's about a little boy and little girl who lose a dog, and they ask their pastor about it. And it gives me tingles when I think about it, guys. It is so good. Well, we appreciate you coming in so very, very much. And as I mentioned, Casey, if you will ask Nikki, we'd like to do a PSA out there at the animal shelter. That would be great. We thank you so much, guys, and we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.
A1 Pet Emporium is Oklahoma's authority on healthy nutrition for dogs and cats. Quality does not have to cost more, and we only have the best. If your pet suffers from allergies, digestive issues, skin infections, or hair loss, it may be the result of their diet. A1 Pet Emporium can help. We offer pet portraits monthly, adorable rescue animals every Saturday from noon to 4, and free dog and cat food samples. Locally owned and operated, we want to be your neighborhood pet store.
Okay, Pat, I've been working on this puzzle all day.
Oh, wow.
And I think I've done a pretty good job.
Look at that. So this is a puzzle, and it's called what?
Well, it's the 63-piece puzzle, and it's for ages 6 and up, so
it's called My Favorite Dog. So it's all the breeds. Hey, I'm for that.
Yeah. There's the Golden Retriever.
Oh, and you like Golden Retrievers. I know that.
So
yeah.
I've been working on this.
They got Dowds and Danes.
You were telling me we had some viewer emails, and one of them was about separation anxiety.
Yeah.
What's that?
This is a very interesting thing, because a lot of the separation anxiety that people experience with their dogs is because of them, because of something that they do, you know, to trigger this. A lot of women are very nurturing. So when they leave the house in the morning, they'll go, oh, poor little baby, I'm just going to be gone for a little while. So the dog gets this stress in the voice. You see what I'm saying? So the dog thinks all of a sudden, whoa, well, what's happening? You know, doesn't know. You close the door, the dog goes, wait a minute, I've got this anxiety, and I need to be with my owner. So what do? They tear things up sometimes.
Right.
Sometimes they whine, sometimes they bark. A lot of times people, when they go on a trip, they take the dog to a boarding kennel, and they will say, oh, it's okay, baby, don't worry about it. Mommy will be back soon. And most of the good trainers there at these boarding kennels will go, hey, you know, he's going to have fun.
Yeah.
Think about it that way. So dogs, they say, don't have a good sense of time. I question that a little bit, because a lot of dogs sit at the window, and when they know when the car is coming. But in this particular instance, you let it go, so to speak. I love that term. You just kind of let it go, because make the dog feel good. Hey, I'm going to be back later. We're going to have a good time. Won't know what you're saying, but he will read what? Read
the
your
body language.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and the voice, so that they're much more calm. They go, okay, well, nothing's wrong here.
Maybe a little strictness, like, hey, it's okay, you know?
No.
Come on, I'm boss.
No, that wouldn't work. We're eliminating that.
All right.
It's just,
don't do that.
No, don't do that. That'll produce very much stress.
Okay.
But so I saw that you had some great videos
Heck yeah.
here.
Well, I was doing this puzzle for ages 6 and up, and I thought, well, how about some fun movies for the kids? I am a fan, as you said, the Golden Retrievers. This is part of the Air Bud sequence. You know, Air Bud was the basketball. Now he's going to space.
I love it. I love it. So this one is good for really all ages.
Right.
It works really
right.
good.
And then you got Clifford the Big Red Dog.
Oh, see, and I love this one, Ted, because this is a very much an educational kind of thing. There's always a method to their madness. They always do some kind of event on there that will give the kids a good lesson in what to do and what not to do with dogs, with people, all of that kind of thing.
I remember the books when I was growing up of Clifford the Big Red Dog, and I always liked it because I thought maybe I could wrestle with him. He's so big. Big old wrestling championship.
He's bigger than that even, I understand.
Now, dogs you can't wrestle with, well, you don't like me wrestling with any of the dogs, but the Chihuahuas. This is Beverly Hills Chihuahua.
Yeah, and these are not, I had noticed.
Chihuahua!
Yes, these are not brand new. They have some brand new ones out that I really like. But you know what? These older ones, they're good for eternity. Every kid that's coming up, every kid that you have that, you know, will outgrow these, the next child down will enjoy these just as much.
So if you want any of our reviews or opinions on these movies, you just tune into Dog Talk every Saturday.
Absolutely, and that's the thing too, guys. We would love to have your input. What would you like to see? What events do you want to know about?
Help us with the puzzle.
Help us with a puzzle. We had a great time, guys. Take care, and we'll be seeing you next week. Am I right?
Yeah, I'll be here.
All right.
Dogs. We're talking about dogs. Talking about big dogs, talking about little dogs, oh yeah. Chasing the ball, chasing the cat, digging hole, thing like that. Dogs. Talking about dogs. Laughing dogs, sad dogs, happy dogs, mad dogs. Dogs. Just talking about dogs. Lost and alone, running the street, checking the garbage, looking to eat. Out there sad and on their own, the law will get them if they got no home. Dogs, talking about dogs. Dogs, we're talking about dogs. You say they were angels sent from above, then a year or two later you fell out of love. You dumped them, man, and kicked them out. Now what the heck was that about? Dogs. We're talking about dogs. Dogs, them poor little dogs. Talking about big dogs, talking about a little dog, oh yeah. Chasing the ball, chasing the cat, digging the hole, things like that. Dogs, we're talking about dogs.